You know, I actually used to have a I Heart Humanity t-shirt, and I spent like an hour and a half before this video looking for it, and I have no clue where it went, so I'm actually really sad right now. Either way, I think it's obvious that I've personally been on an anime rewatch rampage. And I'll tell you what, it feels so good. God, there's just nothing like going back to older anime you haven't watched in a while and seeing how they hold up. And of course, my most recent rewatch was No Game, No Life, which I actually had the honor of watching week to week back in 2014 when it originally aired. And I know, Manime, No Game, No Life isn't that old of an anime. So what, man, it's been a hot minute. Or like 6 years, so why not? So today, let's take some time to talk about No Game, No Life. So first off, I actually rewatched this anime dubbed. I've actually been trying to rewatch all of my anime dubbed just to feel out the differences between the two, since I exclusively watch shows subbed when they air. And much to my surprise, No Game No Life's dub is actually fantastic. Like legitimately, I thought I wasn't going to care too much for it, but they really did a fantastic job, and that's not counting the voice actors' actual skill levels. They made sure to translate the major points properly, but they weren't afraid to change lines at specific points to make the show make more sense in English context. And that is something I've learned to truly appreciate in dubbed anime. I mean, a lot of the jokes in Japanese just wouldn't work if directly translated to English, so it's the ability to still capture the essence of the joke, but change it so it actually makes sense in English context, which is something I would have to imagine is extremely difficult to do because I can't even imagine how to even begin that process. I mean, not to mention the voice acting is top notch. I mean, Shiro's voice acting is a bit dry, but I mean, she's a deadpan lolly, that's kind of the whole point. The dub was honestly a fantastic alternative that if you want to rewatch this anime and you already watched it subbed like I did, I would definitely advise you to do so. So let's talk world building, and God, this world created by Madhouse is just plain gorgeous. Studio Madhouse wasted no expense making this world seem amazing. But I am getting a little bit ahead of myself here because we are going to be talking about the art a little later in the video. I really love just how quickly we are brought into this vibrant world, and Tet is like, okay guys, here's the rules, good luck. And like 3 days later, Shiro and Sora are the rulers of an entire nation. The rules of the world are pretty creative. It's basically that all war and criminal activities are banned and every dispute has to be settled via a game. Of course, Shiro and Sora are two geniuses from Earth who were undefeated except to each other, and use that dominance to impress Tet, the god of this gaming world, who then brought them to this world in hopes that they would take it over and challenge him for his title of god. Yeah, the premise of this show is actually pretty insane once you break it down. Of course, the 10 rules of this world seem simple enough, but like most games, the more you analyze it, the more you realize how they can be abused. And that's exactly what Shiro and Sora do. They abuse the world's rules and can make seemingly impossible situations occur. From abusing the rules to simply cheat, all the way to bending the fabric of reality and changing other people's memories. There seems to be no limits to what you're capable of doing in this world as long as you're creative enough. And that's just what makes this anime so freaking great. It's just a blast to watch these characters take seemingly impossible situations and completely turn them on their heads. They have countless contingency plans and are always thinking multiple steps ahead. It just makes every episode feel so action-packed, and there just never seems to be a slow portion of this anime. The pacing of this show is nearly perfect. Like at no point while rewatching this anime did I want to put it down. It's just so addictive to watch, and once you get into it, it just keeps building up and growing until it ends. God, second season win, Madhouse. I don't want another shitty movie about things that happened 1,000 years in the past. I just want to see Shiro and Sora shit on some scrubs. Speaking of which, I freaking love Sora and Shiro. I actually low-key liked the dub version of Sora better than the subbed version. I don't know, it's been a while, but the sub version of Sora came off to me as a total cis-con, whereas the dub version of Sora makes it obvious that he does see Shiro as merely his younger sister and has no interest beyond those points. But the teamwork of Shiro and Sora and their inherent trust of each other is something out of a freaking fairy tale. Like legit, it feels like the two of them can read each other's minds. It's actually kind of weird at some points, but it really makes for some awesome scenes. You also have the character of Steph, who is the hilariously grounded, normal person of the group that's often used as an exposition machine and occasionally comic relief. But I do enjoy her drive and the fact that despite all of this, she genuinely gets some serious scenes along with some good character development. And then, my goddess, my new waifu, Jibril, comes into the scene. I love this character so much. I didn't actually remember much about this character coming into this rewatch, but I have some serious appreciation for her now. I just adore her pure apathy towards the other races. Like the way she talks down to them as if they aren't even living things is just perfect. Like I didn't know I needed Jibril in my life, but I need Jibril in my life. Plus, she's the main character and probably my favorite game in the entire anime. I know they call it a certain name, but honestly, I don't remember what they call it. Here's the scene. Let me know down in the comments what they actually call this freaking game. I would look it up, but I'm just too lazy. But God, the art in this scene is fantastic. Well, I mean, the art overall in this anime is just on another level. I just love the extremely saturated colors and the heavy use of pink in this show. It just makes the entire anime stand out on a stylistic level while also being backed up by gorgeous animation. The fight scenes in this anime, or well, excuse me, the gaming scenes in this anime are just plain gorgeous and also choreographed perfectly. The entire fight with Izuna is just miraculous, and while it does rely a bit on Ex Machina, early on in the episode when they almost get her, you can see just how many moving parts come together in this insane attempt to take her out. Oh yeah, and the soundtrack. How have I not talked about the soundtrack yet? This show is hype, upbeat, and fast-paced, and so the soundtrack matches that. Just about every piece of music is upbeat, and it flows so well with the show's overall theme. They just pair the music so well with all the crazy fight scenes and the gorgeous art, and it just all comes together in such a beautiful package. I feel like it's obvious at this point, No Game to Life definitely still holds up. Like, to be fair, No Game to Life wasn't exactly one of those anime I was coming in through my rewatch afraid it was going to be bad. I definitely figured it was still going to be good. However, I totally thought I was going to find more flaws with it, but that definitely seems not to be the case. It's fantastic, and rewatching it made me realize why not only me, but the entire anime community was obsessed with this show. So if you guys got the time, make sure you rewatch No Game to Life. Thank you for watching. Hey, what's up guys? Today is actually my birthday. Haha, surprise, surprise. So to have fun with that and just to kind of get everybody together and to be able to do something instead of sitting in my house by myself because freaking coronavirus, I'm doing a birthday stream on twitch.tv/ManimeMatt. So when this video goes live, I'll be live on Twitch. Feel free to come over, tell me happy birthday, or just hang out. We'll just be chatting and doing whatever we figure out to do. I don't know yet. Either way, a huge thing to my patrons. You guys are my heroes. Please make sure you guys share, like, comment, and subscribe. This is Manime Matt. Make sure you guys say man and go watch that goddamned anime.